Google's AlphaEvolve. Brilliant system they've created here. I've been working on an autonomous coding agent that just simply generates code, runs the code, and feeds the output back, but it pales in comparison to what they've accomplished here. It's a really sophisticated system, and I think I have a good understanding on how it works, so I'll do my best to describe it in an easily comprehensible way. So, first off, the user needs to provide a evaluation script for it. This is the ground truth, and this is how the system is able to evaluate if the changes it is making are making the system better or worse. So it only works with a fixed evaluation metric. Then it uses an ensemble LLM system, which consists of Flash and Pro, Flash obviously being the non-thinking model, Pro being the thinking model, to create a diverse set of prompts of possible solutions. Then it tries out the initial proposals, generates the code for them, runs the code, uses the evaluation metric that needs to be provided by the user, and you get a quantification for the performance on how these models are working. Not models, sorry. The suggested improvements. This is stored in a database. And then it generates more proposals that can be hybrids off of the best working proposals. And it does this hundreds, if not thousands, or hundreds of thousands of times until eventually, hopefully, they reach the evaluation metric of something that performs better than the state-of-the-art baseline. So it's essentially just a brute force method of, here's a bunch of unconventional, wacky proposals, try all of them out, which ones work best, okay, these are the top ones that work best, okay, let's iterate on these, maybe make a hybrid, a combination, try it out, and see how it goes. That's basically it. It just generates code, runs the code, then iterates based on the result. The performance and the fascinating breakthroughs that we've seen it are mostly attributed to the sheer brute forcing of the number of possible solutions it is trying. With my autonomous coding tool that I've developed, it only would try one solution and then iterate on that one solution, which obviously would result in potentially getting stuck in local minimas. What's different about AlphaEvolve is that since it tries such a diverse range of solutions, the probability of it getting stuck in a local minimum is very low, just because it is trying so many different things. So to summarize, it generates the code or proposal solutions, it runs the code for the proposal solution, it feeds the output back, and then it logs in a database the proposed solution, the code itself, and the evaluation number for that. Then it proposes other solutions based on the previously attempted solutions and can come up with some pretty creative and unconventional solution proposals based off of what has been tried before and what worked. So it kind of just builds on top of itself in terms of trying crazy and wacky things and then using those crazy and wacky proposals and seeing what worked to create even more wackier and unconventional proposals and then trying those. And that kind of feeds upon itself because the more wacky proposals you try and the more they work, the more unconventional approaches you can branch off and try. So really significant breakthrough here. And if I'm being honest, the path to AGI and the future of advanced autonomous systems would come down to how good of a system that humans can make to improve another system. So like how this AlphaEvolve is able to iteratively improve algorithms that were thought to be state-of-the-art for decades. Someone needs to create a system that is able to iteratively improve a very sophisticated agent so that it is able to self-improve to eventually reach a point where it can achieve scientific breakthroughs better than humans. At that point, you can just fill in all the gaps in current research, because that's basically what's the state of research in AI right now. It's basically just like, okay, we have all of these principles, loss functions, neural nets, large language models. We have all the pieces. How can we rearrange them and fit them together to create new things, right? So for a new model to come out, similar to how large language models came out, that is like absolutely revolutionary, is a breakthrough, I think that would need to be created by a machine. From my understanding, to create a system that is so advanced in that it would just basically solve all of our problems, I don't think a human would be able to create that. Now, that's enough of a tangent from me. I got to get back to work, but really fascinating stuff to come in terms of the progression of humanity in the field of artificial intelligence.